Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 7 of season 2 of Heartstopper. This is the penultimate episode of the season. In the last episode, a bunch of different truths were revealed, along with, most notably, Nick and Charlie have come out as a couple to the rest of the students there on the trip. And now that has spread like wildfire, and they are on their way home to probably an interesting little reception as that continues and continues to grow. Also, the whole thing with Farouk and Ajayi, that was amazing. That was probably one of my favorite moments of the whole episode. And then obviously the stuff with Isaac has me very intrigued. I'm very curious to see where all that's going to go. But with that all said, let's get ready to hop into this one. If you want to see the full reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gives you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time code to actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote about movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. With that all said out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 7. Sorry, here we go. I'm a little nervous about the title of this episode, guys. Who's saying sorry?
I was crying at a party, which is
Girl, are you awake?
Oh.
You know Granny would have a heart attack if she knew I was letting your girlfriend sleep over.
Granny would have a heart attack if she knew I was a lesbian.
Okay. So at least she knows, but we gotta behave while Granny's in town. No. Cute. He did not touch his food at all, and he took note of that. What do you want to talk about? Everything that needs to be figured out on your part is on your part. Oh, hell yeah. That...
You're in a good mood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Elle decided to get together.
Oh, she's so happy.
That was the most special girl, the perfect girl for my perfect boy. I'll tell the news, and then I have to call Auntie Lee, and then
Actually being boyfriend and girlfriend.
We've all been waiting. We all talk about this every weekend. A little victory dance for us. What if Ben is the sorry? What if Ben is apologizing? Oh.
Could we invite Charlie over?
So he actually made a plan
yes, we can invite
to
his
come
parents
this
and just
time.
make a proper dinner party out of it.
Hell yeah.
To invite someone and I don't.
Because fuck you.
Do you have a girlfriend you'd like to invite, David?
Yeah, get fucked.
You should have come. It was really fun.
My summer is for sleeping, not visiting old museums.
Yes! Get over it! Stop it!
We've been invited to Nick's for a dinner party.
Wow, Mum will love that.
What do you mean?
She's not exactly Nick's biggest fan, is she?
Well, maybe
True.
Let's see how great he is.
Hell yeah. I mean, it seems huge. I mean, it's definitely huge for her. I mean, I don't know shit about that school, but it's a big swing, I think, right? Yeah, hell yeah. Look at all this. So many people coming in attendance. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's an inevitability, so you just kind of got to accept that and roll with it. Oh, even she's rethinking about the hard questions. I like how he's like, how do we even get to Lambert? It's far away. Train, Paris Squad out. Let's go. It's definitely doable, for sure. Oh, what is this? Is it a ghastly?
Yeah? Well, everything.
How are you feeling about it?
You're a sweetheart.
Just like, maybe
Oh my god, all these pears and Isaac again.
catch up with you in a bit. I said I'd meet up with James.
Oh my god, they're gonna kiss!
Good luck.
Bye!
Bye.
Try it on. Look, the lining matches my dress. It's perfect. Okay. Yes! Alright.
Maybe some closure might be good, though, despite how everything went off. But it's totally, you know, there's no obligation for Charlie to talk to him.
Would you like to be my prom date?
Aww.
I don't know, maybe it's stupid. No. No, it's not.
No, it's
We might get a lot of
fucking
attention.
awesome, man. Oh, you guys will definitely get a lot of attention.
What's the deal with this exhibition thing anyway? They like your art enough to exhibit it, but they still can't tell you if you've got in.
That's the thing. She did get in.
You
She's
got in,
just
didn't you?
not telling everybody.
Don't tell the others.
Oh, no, that's a bit
I don't know how Tara will take it. I just haven't decided yet. Oh my god!
Wow, that's something.
I don't know if I can afford it. I haven't got much left after Paris. But no, it's fine. I wasn't changed. You like it?
I've got some.
For when she first came out, I think it was the way it was puffing. I thought it had like the big old 80s shoulders. Aww. Everybody pitched in so that she could get it. Shit. Yeah, you guys need to
So I'm guessing you don't feel
talk.
the same about me then. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel when I have a crush on someone. You know, I read all these books where people fall in love and I still have absolutely no idea. I thought that I might feel that way about you, but then we kissed and I just knew that I didn't. I think there might be something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. You probably just haven't found the right person yet. Yeah.
Or there is no right person. You know, like we talked about that before. It just, we don't know. But yeah, he does feel like there's something wrong. That sucks.
Is that a real thing? Did something happen?
Something definitely happened.
Can you guys just shut up? Look, I get that you don't think my life is interesting unless I have some kind of romantic drama going on, but I'm sorry to break it to you, I don't like him back. Okay? You can all carry on with your day now.
Isaac.
No, I'm sorry, I'm fine. I don't want to talk about it.
I get it. I get it. Especially with the way everybody has been acting and then pushing and then the confusion. Completely get him freaking out on them about that. But like you said, like there was that attraction that they did kind of have. So it just makes me wonder if he's ace, arrow, or whatever combination. It's not something easy to figure out, especially like during like a first perceived crush. Because he even called it that. He said, I called it a crush, but I just didn't feel the things that everybody talks about in all the books that I've read. So I'm thinking that he's probably romantic, but probably asexual. Because there was the draw, but not the fire, the passion. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Tao, relax. I really hope she doesn't hold herself back for Tao, though. Tao should be able to let her go and figure this out, and then they could just figure out the relationship from that point onward. I know long distance sucks, but if there's a fucking train and we can make it for this exhibit, you guys can hang out and talk. It's going to be fine.
What's it about? Basically about my experience being aromantic and asexual.
Whoa, ain't that perfect?
Being in a world where romance and sex are prized with everything else when you don't feel those forms of attraction. Growing up feeling that something about you is different, but you don't have the words to describe what that is. But then, freedom. Euphoria of freeing yourself from those
There
pressures
we
and
go.
expectation.
That didn't take long. Let's go.
She's so
Oh.
I already told her to leave early.
Hey, sweetheart.
Okay? Yeah, you look cool.
Sahar, I didn't know you were coming. So you guys can't tease me about being the token ally anymore now that Sahar's here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm bisexual.
Oof.
Interesting.
Oh my god. Imogen. Oh.
If I leave it any longer, I'll just make her more angry.
Oh god.
Well,
I'm worried about her home life. Maybe that's what that cloud was about. Maybe it's more than just maybe homophobic. It may just be a bad situation altogether if she's keeping everything at a distance like that.
To celebrate the incredible queer and trans artists we have here at the Lambert School. It's my great pleasure to introduce Elle Argent, who will be joining us in September for her sixth form studies.
Oh wait, was that not just the reveal that Elle was going, that she got in? I feel like that was like
So,
the confirmation for everybody.
with this piece, I guess I wanted to capture a place that holds a lot of happy memories.
Tal's bedroom.
Somewhere I always felt safe.
Is it Tal? Oh, I want to know what this is. Oh, it's the art room with all of them.
I'm glad you liked it.
I really liked it.
I know you're probably annoyed that I didn't tell you I got in.
Oh, yeah, okay, but there it is.
I'm not annoyed. Please don't base your decisions on how I feel. All I care about is you being happy. Wherever you are, I still want to be with you.
Thank you.
But I also still haven't decided yet. I may still stay at Higgs.
Why would you do that, though? I get it. Here I am thinking like an adult. In the moment, I'd be like that too, I'm sure. Oh, God.
Ridiculous.
Oh, no.
I need to talk to you.
There's nothing to talk about.
I just want to apologize. Properly. Please, just hear me out. I'm not going back to Truro for sixth form, so if you really hate me after this, you'll never see me again.
The fact that he came all the way out here just to see Charlie too is kind of wild.
I'm a messed up person, Charlie. I liked you. I know I was a piece of shit, but I really liked you. I just had more time. I want to be like you two. But my parents would never accept who I really am. I'm sorry for everything. I just wanted something good. You were something good.
Do you remember the first time you kissed me? You didn't even ask. You didn't pause to wonder whether it was what I wanted. And I went along with it because I had a crush and I didn't know any better. I didn't realise that you had all the control. When I eventually did realise, I thought, this must be what I deserve. Someone taking whatever he wants from me whenever he wants. Treating me like I'm nothing the rest of the time. And now whenever anything good happens in my life, there's a little voice in the back of my mind telling me I'm worthless. And I don't deserve it. And now you want me to forgive you so you can feel better about yourself. I'm glad you realized what you did was wrong, but you don't get to ambush me into forgiving you. Sorry doesn't make up for everything you did to me.
That's true.
I really hope you become a better person so you don't hurt anyone else. But I don't want to be there to see that happen. I don't want to see you ever again.
That's fair. Your actions have consequences, you know, and... Oh, is he gonna step away? Oh. Sometimes that's just how things go, man. I'm glad he's got that realization, but Charlie's right. That doesn't earn him forgiveness, and it doesn't undo the things that he did or the effects it left behind in Charlie's mind, you know? It's just like, we'll get into that a little bit more later, I'm sure.
You can do it. I'm here for you.
Mate.
You did not just call me mate.
Pal.
Bro.
Supportive straight friend.
He doesn't have to know, sweetheart. He's got no right to know. You don't owe him a thing.
That is fair.
Doing it for me. Doing it for me.
Yay, everybody did show up.
We always said that we had a rather complicated family tree.
Family tree story is a long story.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie's gonna struggle to eat.
Dad, has Nick told you how he met Charlie?
You son of a bitch. Wrong phrase, because she's awesome. This prick.
Oh, you play rugby, Charlie.
I'm not very good.
And Nick was obsessed with getting Charlie to join. Wonder why.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
What's your problem?
I played rugby when I was in university.
Oh, Tori, let's go.
It's a very attractive sport to women. Have neither of you boys found girlfriends?
EA Sports.
I guess not.
Oh, well, there's still time.
Yeah, I'm not sure Nick's too interested in looking for girlfriends, really.
You? Oh.
David,
Yes.
be respectful, please, at the table. We have guests.
Why do you always do this?
I'm just trying to help.
Sorry, this is ridiculous. Charlie's my boyfriend. Surprise.
Hmm.
I'm bi, he's gay, and I was actually really stressed out about how I was going to tell you. But you know what? I don't care what you think about it anymore, because you don't care to even see us more than 2 times a year. And you know, every time I do see you, I always think, this is it. This is the time when you might actually take an interest in my life, but you never do. So if you don't care, then I don't care either.
Oof.
And I don't know why you're acting like you are 10 years old. But your bullying just doesn't affect me anymore because, quite simply, I do not care.
It's also sad.
I like who I am. I like my life. Maybe you should stay with Dad next time.
So I'm not just gonna let him speak to us like that.
Oh, David, be quiet. We've heard quite enough from you, thank
It's
you.
Nick that's making a scene.
No, it's you, you piece of shit.
Dad agrees.
You're not grown up into the man I had hoped you would be, David.
Oh.
As if you have any right to say that. You barely see your children.
Oh my God.
No, you can't say anything. You haven't earned that right. You haven't been a parent.
We're not going through this.
You okay? I actually think I am. I didn't mean for it to happen that way, but it felt good to say it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, that went well.
Sorry.
No, I'm pleased you said what you said, especially to your dad. He needed to hear it.
He's not a very good dad, is he?
No, he's not.
Why doesn't he care?
I wish I understood, but I don't. I think it's a very sad way to exist.
I get that. I relate to that real hard.
I'm sorry. I want to be better.
Show it then, and just say it.
Dad, you going?
Yeah. Got to head into London before it gets too late. Call me when you get back to Edinburgh.
Glasgow.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, Glasgow, yeah.
Doesn't even know where he is.
It was nice to meet your boyfriend. Well, I don't really understand these things, but it seems like a very nice young man.
That's some effort that I didn't expect.
Bye, Dad.
Oh, it's so cringe. He's made such a big deal out of telling her dad.
Dude, I want to see her fuck him up.
Drama queen boyfriend's influence.
You are a pathetic little man. Talk about my brother like that again, and I'll end you.
Hell yes. She's my favorite character.
He's a nice boy. When he's not distracting you from your coursework. And maybe we could have him and Sarah around in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Aw, let's go. I was a little worried about the mother with her reactions, but I'm glad it seems like it was legitimately just the schoolwork.
So, prom tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh wait, is prom going to be the finale? Aww.
Charlie didn't eat very much.
Or at all. Oh. He cares, man. Wow. So let's just call it all of the above then, I guess. What an emotional episode, man. Good God. You know, we had a lot of apologizing, though, a lot of realizations as well. I you know, most notably between Ben and Nick's father. The Ben thing, I definitely wanted to come back to because we've talked about a little bit before that there's definitely some things he doesn't understand about himself that he also just hates, I think, even about himself. And we got the root of it. His parents, like he said, I don't think that they would ever accept me for who I really am. So that makes him reflect upon himself to choke that down, to bury it, makes him ashamed of it. And therefore, in some way, even if he doesn't know it, ashamed of Charlie, which is why he treats him the way he does when they're not behind closed doors, because he's got to keep up that wall, that facade. And even though he's realized what he's done was wrong, it doesn't undo that he did it. You know, Charlie is not obligated to forgive him for it. And I love that Charlie really kind of leaned into him, because that's one thing I really enjoyed about Nick bringing this out of Charlie is that he's got so much more confidence to defend himself now with the way that he stood up to Harry and now that he stood up to Ben. You know, he did finally hear him out because, like he said, it's like, just hear me out. If you still feel the same way, you don't have to see me next year. So it's like, whatever. So like, there's some security in this discussion at the moment. And I like that they just kind of addressed that right out up front. And then Charlie was just like, I get it. I'm glad you figured that out, but I can't forgive you. I don't want to ever see you again. You live rent-free in the back of my mind for the things you did to me. You treated me like a toy, like I was nothing, like I was worthless, a thing to just toss aside or play with whenever you want. The fact that their first kiss was just something he just did in the moment, it just explains a lot. And I'm just glad that Ben's figured this out. And like Charlie said, is like, you know, I can't just forgive you, but I'm happy that you figure this out. I'm happy that hopefully you don't do this to the next person. I think with Ben's case, and if we never see Ben again, which is the implication, I guess. I don't know if he'd just randomly show back up in season 3 if he's not supposed to be there, but whatever, I don't know. But with the way they were at this queer exhibit and, you know, these callers start splashing out at him, that's like, does he fit in here? Does he want to fit in here? And when that's coming and reaching out to him, he steps away. So he seems like, I mean, the sad reality of it, and this is the thing in real life too, is that some people will have these feelings, but then they don't know how to live with them. And then they will just bury them and stuff them away and retreat. And he seems to have retreated. I mean, it's a sad reality, but it's also just a sad existence. And it's just, it was depressing as hell, man. You know, he's a piece of shit, or at least he was, and he's done some messed up stuff. But I always hope that people will grow and evolve and learn and just become better people. And that means being true to yourself, not just running away from it, because that's going to surface in other ways that you may not even realize and affect yourself and the people around you. And God knows what will happen as a result of that. And then with his father, you know, every little inkling that I got about their interaction came true, though I did not expect him to actually show up here. But like, you know, he did. He showed up for his obligatory child interaction while he was here. And I love that they called him out on it. But fucking David, dude, what a dick. I'm so glad we have the families here and that Tori was right there to not put up with his shit. And I love that she was like, do this again, I will end you. She's my favorite character. I wanted to see her just beat the fuck out of him. I was like, oh my God. He was such a little punk about it too. And he can't take any ownership of it. He's like, no, he's the drama queen. He's the one causing a problem. It's not me. Fucking Christ, dude. Like I was just trying to help. Ugh. I'm glad though that Nick was just done with it. He's like not letting any of them get to him anymore. He's like, I don't care what anybody thinks, you know, especially after coming out. It's out in the wild. And, you know, he wants to tell the final little people here that don't know, the people in his inner circle, his family. Well, I wouldn't even call them his inner circle, even if they are family, because they aren't. They are not. Especially with how his brother treats him. He's just an asshole. He's like, your shit doesn't affect me anymore. And honestly, I've cared too much about what this dad thinks of me. And he just doesn't care. He's just laid into him, told him everything he needs to hear. And it's like, I think sometimes, maybe he didn't even realize he was doing it. Because out of sight, out of mind, a lot of times too. you know, especially staying in France and all this kind of stuff and having that distance, having his own life and all these things, that you can get lost in it. So I'm wondering, like, if he even realizes that he's neglecting his children. We'll just have to wait and see if that relationship gets any better. But I'm just glad that, hell, dude, as much as the David was trying to get the father on his side, his dad doesn't even know where he's actually at. What a knife, what a blow. Eat shit, kid. And talking about accepting things too, the conversation between Elle and Tao about what was going on, the way they were kind of hesitating about speaking what was actually on their mind, with him being like, so did you get in? Are you going to do it? When he needs to be supportive and be like, okay, have you got a place yet? So what did he say? He was, are you leaving us? And then he changed it to, did you get a place? Meanwhile, she's like, I did, but then she re-erased that and was like, well, I don't want to tell him that. I don't know if I'm going to do it, blah, 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 because they don't want to upset one another. Even by the end of this, Elle has said, like, honestly, seemingly, that she hasn't decided whether or not she's actually going to go and accept the position or not, which I definitely think she should. And I like that Tao at least was like, listen, I can't pretend I don't feel this way, but you can't make your decisions based on how I feel. I'm so happy that he said that. And yeah, wherever she is, they can make it work. It just might be more difficult, but just because somebody is somewhere else doesn't mean they're out of your life. And if you can make the train trip up here for this, you can come up and visit. It just might not be as often as it used to be. And that's just the reality of getting older. And then maybe once you're done with your stuff, all that can go away and you can come back if you make it through all of this. I like that a lot. And then the Isaac stuff, the revelations there, you know, him coming to this event and getting to talk to these other people who have lived this experience a little more openly and longer than him, and just have a way to express it through art in a way you can't with words, because that's what he was struggling with, especially as a book nerd like him. He's like, I've read everything, but nothing has explained how I feel or don't feel. You know, everything tells me I should be feeling this way. And in this moment with this guy I was crushing on, because he even said, he used those words. So like we've seen them share these looks, share these feelings and these things in this way. So like there's some attraction there. It just might not be sexual at all. You know, when they kiss, that physical interaction might not do anything for him. I don't know wholly if he's aromantic, because that person who was putting this artwork together was like, I'm aromantic and I'm asexual. And I don't know exactly where he lands, but I love that he connected with that piece because it helps him understand himself. And I love that we got that little animated moment with him as well to kind of express that awakening, because we get that a lot with these characters where the truth starts to seep in. I think that helped a little bit. I just don't know where in that spectrum he lies, because like I said, we've seen him kind of perk up and get excited around James in the way that he also feels so alone in his friend group, but the kiss did nothing. Or they just could pivot, and the realization in the end is that at the end, he doesn't feel any of it. He thought there was a crush, but it wasn't, or that he should have a crush, but it's not there. And maybe he was just leaning into that. I don't know. I'm very interested to watch his dynamic, because again, you can be one or the other or both at the same time. You know, it's not a end all be all. You can be asexual, you can be aromantic. You don't have to be both. I'm just interested to see where he lands. But then finally getting this insight into Darcy and her home life a little bit. Even if I'm just wondering like how much of that was a real conversation and not this imagining, because we've seen people imagine an exchange, an event, but the way that played out, I feel like that was the event, especially with her storming out of the house. Well, she was like, get out. Like, she was kicked out. Like, so, yeah. So it just, her parents are not accepting of her lifestyle, of her decisions or whatever. It's just a toxic environment for her to come to. That's why she's not had Tara over. That's why she hasn't had them interact at all, that she's never met her parents. Even she seems to not be accepted there, which explains why she puts on this front all the time so that people don't get inside and see what she's carrying around. Oh, what a storm to leave us with right before the finale, though. Also, Imogen, her gaydar sucks. That little comment, I don't remember the other girl's name. I'm sorry. The other friend that's with them, when she's like, haha, what are you guys talking about? I'm not the only straight ally over here, or whatever she said. And he's like, I'm bi. And just walks off, and she's just like, what? Poor Imogen. Seemingly next episode is going to be prom, and you know, Nick and Charlie are going to be going together openly. So I'm excited to see how that goes. But we got a lot of other stuff brewing in the sidelines too, and I'm wondering how that's all going to culminate, especially the Tara and Darcy stuff. I'm really curious to see where that's going to go. Yeah, anyway, fantastic episode. Can't wait to see what happens next. But guys, I think I'm going to cut myself off there. That's about most of the thoughts that I've got at the moment. So maybe if I'll come up with something else, maybe I'll talk about it in the next video or something like that. But right now, I think that's most of what I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to pass it off to you. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Sherry, York, Scott, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, Watchtower, Domi, Gregory Toner, Lily Chan's son, and Joshua Swinnell. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for the video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.